Okay, yeah, we won't give you too many surprises here. Okay.
Jazz is full of surprises.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you ready, Michael?
I am.
Okay. We're here at Jazz Live San Diego with the guitarist for Jazz and American Art Form and the Rob Thorson Jazz Quartet, Bob Boss. Bob, thanks for being here tonight at Jazz Live.
It's our pleasure.
Well, Bob, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you first got introduced to music?
First got introduced to music, you know, my folks always had music on around the house, you know, the radio and the TV and everything like that. I got my first guitar was actually an electric guitar. They used to sell them at Sears, you know, so I got it as a Christmas gift, and that's how I started to get interested in guitar music, especially. But you know, the only guys at that time were Trini Lopez and and the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit before the Beatles, and then of course once that happened, then there was a lot to do. But I didn't hear jazz until high school when I went to a friend's house after football practice one day, and he had a string bass in the corner. I'd seen pictures of them, I knew what they were, but I'd never been in the same room with one. That's what I like about this young audience's thing. The kids see a string bass, a real guitar, a drum set up close, and they get to know what it is. That's what kind of the light went on for me when I saw that. I said, "Can you play that thing?" He said, "Mm-hmm."
Excellent. Well, can you tell us a little bit about how music education or jazz education has impacted you? Did you have some teachers that really helped you, made a big influence on you?
Not in the school system. Strangely enough, I'm 59 years old, so when I went away to college in 1970, you couldn't take music courses with electric guitar. It was only classical at Chico State at that time. So by the time I left there, it had changed quite a bit. Jamie Ebersol came there himself and gave a clinic, and you know, the big band was going strong by that time. But for instance, when I started high school, they said no electric guitar in the stage band. But yet they hired my rock and roll band to play at the dances after the after the football and basketball games. So I pretty much am self-taught, you know, especially learning to read and everything like that. And so it's a real pleasure to see how it's changed that much now that, you know, you can go into public schools and talk about the music. That it was a big research project just to find it at that time.
Yeah. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the personal impact to you or some insights that you've had as a person or a musician through your involvement with jazz and American art form?
You mean playing in the school especially too? Or?
Yeah, or just your interaction with kids, you know, doing this. Have you learned something about how you communicate?
Yeah. It's good to be direct and simple, and you don't really have to worry though about going over their head with the music. They take it all in. You know, they can feel it right away. They're very open-minded. As they get older, you can tell they have a little jaded look, and they kind of look at each other like, are we supposed to like this? I think I like this, but they're looking to see what the other kids think. The younger kids especially, once they're introduced to it, they know they like it. And I've, you know, had the experience many times in public playing for a regular audience in a hotel lobby or anywhere else, and someone comes up and says, "What kind of music is this?" They're kind of mystified, and they say, "This is jazz." They said, "Oh, I didn't know I liked jazz." They haven't really heard it a lot of times, you know, not in person, and it makes a big difference, you know.
Tell us a little bit about your work outside of jazz and American art form. What kind of things do you do as a musician? Any current projects or bands that you're playing with?
Oh yeah, I freelance around town, so I play with different people all the time. I just did a recording with Brad Steinway's big band. I'll be playing in a public school tomorrow with them, and then and I work with various vocalists and singers around town, and with Marshall Hawkins' Seahawk Modern Jazz Orchestra. Whatever comes up, it's pretty interesting to change hats, you know, every day and try and just challenge yourself to see if you can fit in a lot of different situations. That's what I like.
Excellent. Is there a place on the internet where folks can find out more information about you and
I
what
do
you're
have
doing?
my own website. It's bobboss.com.
Excellent. Well, Bob, it's been great to meet you, and thank you for being here at Jazz Live San Diego.
Sure, we're looking forward to playing.
All right.